I've never been so disgusted in my life. I spent 35 years immigration enforcement, a lot of years on that border. And working for the Trump administration, we had the most secure border in my lifetime, illegal immigration down 80%. Then Joe Biden came in and purposely tore it all down and created this crisis. And let me be clear, they're bragging that the numbers went down this month, went down like almost 4,000. That is a lie, okay? Encounters are down over 3,000. But why is that? Because of what you're seeing on the film. They're pulling Border Patrol agents off the line duty to come in and process these thousands that are under the bridge and in their facilities. Facilities are packed. So they're pulling agents off the line to process, which means agents are on the line to have more encounters, to have more arrests. So the arrests, when they say the encounters are less, no, okay, the encounters are less, but the crossings aren't less. The crossings continue to increase. It's just less apprehensions, more gotaways. We're looking at 350,000 gotaways. So the Biden administration, once again, is lying to the American people about numbers going down. They're lying about a secure and closed border. And let me tell you something. Let me add this. I was on the border a few weeks ago. These Border Patrol agents, the men and women in green, they're patriots. I was one of them. I started my career as a Border Patrol agent. They're walking around like zombies. They are overworked. One Border Patrol high command told me today, his words, broken arrow, broken arrow. We have no operational control here. We are overwhelmed. And what's the Biden administration doing? Nothing. Hold Mexico accountable. Mexico's not doing anything like they did under President Trump. The port of entries, shut them down, because port of entries, the government of Mexico needs that more than we do for lawful trade and travel. Shut down the port of entries like we did under the murder of DEA agent Camarena. They found the murder within days. Shut the port of entries down. Hold Mexico accountable. The Republicans need to step up and take action. We can't continue this. 7,000 people a day for 240 days.
Yeah.
At what point do the American people say enough's enough?
And in fact, Tom, just so that folks at home can follow along, let's put up on the screen the number of people who came across during the month of August. It was in just over 208,000. That was down a little bit from July, which hit a record, 108,887. It's still up 317% from last year. And there were 18,847 unaccompanied children who crossed in August. And it's going to get even worse, the situation in the border, because Judge Emmett Sullivan of the D.C. District Court just issued an order blocking the expulsion of families under Title 42. More than 44% of the total number of people who came across the border in August were expelled under Title 42. So we're going to have to keep, probably, if you look at the number of families compared to individuals, et cetera, we're probably going to need to keep another 30% of border crossers in this country. What's that going to do to the situation?
It's going to make it worse, but that's by design. Look at the border. The Biden administration can't go to a federal judge and say, we need to keep Title 42 in play, when the data clearly shows 80% of families that come across the border get released in the U.S. despite COVID. Every child of 15, 16, 17 years old, all these children, the 18,000 just mentioned, they're all released. So how can you go to federal court and argue we need Title 42 to stop the pandemic and the flow of COVID when you're already releasing the majority of the United States despite 42? Under President Trump, zero. When we had Title 42, everybody was sent back. Now you can go to court and say, we're doing this to stop the pandemic and stop the influx of COVID, but you can't go to court and say, we need Title 42, even though we're still releasing most people, even with COVID, into the country. This administration put themselves in this position, so the judges make an argument, well, you're releasing thousands a day. How can I keep COVID Title 42 in place when you yourself are violating the very Title 42 you're fighting for?
Hey, Tom, just stay with us for a moment here.
We want to go to Bill Malugin. We have him back as he's in the Del Rio area in a DPS helicopter. Bill, what can you tell us about what you're seeing? Where are you now?
Sorry, Jackie, can you repeat that one more time? I apologize.
Wanted to know where you are right now and what we're looking at.
So we are directly above the International Bridge in Del Rio, and we are heading over the Rio Grande right now. This is a dam that connects Del Rio to Ciudad Acuña, and this is where hundreds of people are streaming into the United States illegally right now. Certainly does not look like an international border there, but you can see the crowds of people down there. These are people who have just crossed it, and Brian, if we can pan up that dirt path, take a look. That's where they're all walking to the bridge right now. That's why there's so many people under the bridge.